Good morning, booktube. This is Kelly. Thank you so much for watching Books I'm Not Reading. I want to start off today on a somber note, as if things continue to go downhill. There was a mass shooting in Canada over the weekend. I believe at least 16 people are dead. And I believe it was the largest mass shooting in Canada. I didn't actually read the news story because I can't go to the news, so kind of heard it secondhand, just bits and pieces from Jason. I don't know if anyone from Nova Scotia subscribes to this channel, but I do know there's quite a few Canadian booktubers, and so I just wanted to send my love out to all of you, regardless of where you are in Canada. And I'm so sorry that this has happened in the midst of a pandemic. Which brings me to another really important topic, which is mental health. And you know what? There is no shame in having mental health issues. There's a whole spectrum of things. And sometimes we just really need to talk to someone. I know for myself, I have been talking to other people just so that I can say the same thing, exact things that I've said to Jason already like 16 times. So please, there are hotlines, there are hotlines all over the world for people who are experiencing mental health issues. There could be call-ins in your local community, or it may have to be like a national thing, but there are plenty of places to call if you need someone to talk to. Please don't hesitate to do that. Jo Smith, who many of you know from the comment section, she doesn't sadly have her own channel, but she found, I don't know if it was on her iPad or her phone or what, but like how much screen time she had been using in the last week, and 7 hours of it was on Voxer. So we were kind of laughing about, and I was just like, well, Jo, you're just so popular. So, I mean, it's basically the equivalent of talking on the phone for 7 hours in a week, which, yeah, I could see that happening depending on who I get a hold of. Anyway, so again, Nova Scotia, I'm thinking of you. Okay, next we're gonna go to footage of the Garland. Here we go. All right, so here is my springtime Easter garland. Part of me wonders if I should run it the other direction on the rail, if more of the colors of a fabric, they're so bright and beautiful, if more of them would show up. It seems like the longer it goes, kind of the more pale it gets. And there's a kitty. Hello, Mr. Blue. Hello. Anyway, so some of you just thought I was kind of, wondering what on earth I was spending my time on. There you go. That's what you can create in self-isolation. So I hope you enjoy it. I have to say the last stretch was really hard. I also have to say that if I had to cut all that fabric, it would have never gotten done. So I'm only fortunate in the sense that my mother and somebody sent me some fabric, and I did cut that up, but I cut it up in really much bigger pieces, and then my mother sent me a whole bunch, and they're just tiny. And so yeah, anyway, I'm not sure, I'm enjoying it, but the last stretch I kept putting it on the banister to see how far it would go, and I would always be just like this much, this short, and so back to the table with the fabric. I did go through so much fabric. Initially, I thought I could make just like a pastel garland with all the fabric that was left. But no, it took so much fabric. It was crazy. So that's done, and I think crafting wise, maybe I'll go back to coloring for a while. I do have plans to make a Halloween garland this year, but I haven't really gone through the fabric that I have yet to see how much I have. What did I learn from the Easter garland? Because yeah, it was way harder than the Christmas one. Way harder. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to, I've got notes down here, I'm sorry. So some of you have been making some book recommendations to me in the comment sections. So thank you so much. And somebody told me there was a book that they were telling everyone that they had to read. And I have looked and looked and looked for that comment to write down the name of the book. And for the love of God, I can't find it. So if it was you that left that comment, I want to say Nancy maybe? Like, tell me in the comment section what the book was. And I'm starting to make a list. And it's great to get book recommendations. Those of you who are new to my channel might not know, this year, before we knew anything was going to happen, my husband and I decided we were really going to focus on reading books that we already own. So when the library was open, we could use the library, but only for really, really specific purposes. So for Jason, that would be book club books, and for me, it is Shakespeare. Shakespeare is the only thing I'm checking out this year from the library. But I still fortunately have a mini Shakespeare library here, so I'm not without Shakespeare. But yeah, so I'm just focused on what I already have. I made a bunch of goals of things to try to get through this year. I'm not sure we would have done this if we had known. I mean, it's not like we can buy books or, well, I suppose we could buy books, but I don't know. We'll see, I guess, at the end of the year how I feel about whether this was really a good year to do this in or not. So these check-in videos, if you haven't been watching, are just a chance for primarily those of you who don't have channels, my booktube lurkers. I know you're out there. I know you have something you want to say. So I'm hoping this is a chance for you to just share with someone how you're doing, how you're holding up, that you're staying strong, that you're struggling with whatever the case may be, like whatever you'd like to share. If it's what you're reading, something you're grateful for, what's going on. Because, I mean, I live in a state without a shelter-in-place order, but my husband and I are still pretty much, I mean, we're just working from home. We're not going anywhere. Steve made a check-in video not too long ago, Steve Donahue, and I thought it was really interesting because he said, well, what can I do to help? Like, what kind of content can I create that you would really enjoy? And for me, as far as Steve is concerned, like I really just want some mail hauls, and that's not his fault. But he's just really hardly getting any mail. But I thought I would pose that question to you. If there is some content that you'd like to see, certainly we can do something about the Pulitzers when that gets a little bit closer, and. Yeah, but that's May 4th, so that's a ways off. So what kind of videos would you like to see? So one of the things I think would be fun would be a video with Jason and I. And I've tried to talk Jason into it, and I've pitched some ideas to him that he's kind of rejected. So I thought I'd throw it out to you. If you would like to see a video with Jason and I, what should we talk about? Should we be, I mean, I know a couple of you have been like, hey, have you guys ever posted the story about da 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 da? So happy to share some funny Kelly and Jason stories. There are many, but yeah, like what would you guys like to see if we were to do that? And if we do decide to do that, it will be on Saturday. We will film it late, probably later in the day on Saturday. So let me know what you think of that, and if you would enjoy that, or if there's something else. Sun is shining, my friends. Snow has melted. I'm hoping to do yard work. If not today, I will definitely be out in the yard tomorrow and Wednesday. So that'll be good. Get some vitamin D, get some fresh air, and yeah, I'm kind of weirdly looking forward to that. I really hate yard work in general. I don't know how the rest of you feel about yard work. Some of you have a lot of yard work and you know who you are. But again, I send all my love and prayers and healing thoughts to those of you in Canada. And remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others, wash your hands, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon, booktube. Take care. Bye.